we will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order.
Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. Stand by for parliamentarian procedures. Here is the question.
Okay, I might be ready.
Which of the following... Hang on. Folks, sometimes I can't read these things with my glasses on because they're just out of focus.
Boom, okay, boom, you're a boom, okay, boom.
Which of the following motions is ordered by the demand by only one member? A, call for a counted vote. B, objection to consideration of a question. C, call for division of the assembly. D, closing of nominations. I think I know the answer to this one.
God, I don't know the answer to this one.
Really?
Yeah, well, I've had a beer, and I'm really fuzzy right now. So, closing of nominations. So, what was the intro again? Shut up, Caryn!
Which of the following motions is ordered by the demand of only one member?
Okay, give me the things again.
Call for a counted vote.
That I think is it, but continue.
Objection to consideration of the question.
I think that would have to be seconded.
Call for division of the assembly.
See, it's either A or C, division.
And closing of nominations.
C, division.
That's correct.
Right. It was related to A. Counted as the next step.
I'll admit I thought it was objection to consideration of the question because when I've used that in the past, it didn't require a second. So I'm going to double check myself on that one because...
Where's the
No,
slippy?
objection to consideration of the question does not require a second.
Really?
According to this. Right here.
But it has to be voted on.
Yeah.
Right. Division doesn't have to be voted on. It's not whether it requires a second.
Oh, I see.
It's one person can ask for it and it gets done.
Ah, okay. I was misunderstanding that. I was thinking that
Yeah.
the way the order,
Well, I think I
demand
kind
of one person, the member was saying it didn't need a second.
Yeah, I kind of flubbed that when I was, but no, it means let it be written, let it be done.
Ah, okay.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
And A kind of made sense, but that's actually a step past division.
Right.
Now, division confuses some people because
Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
You take 500 million, divide it by 327 million, it equals you're stupid.
they think of division of the question.
Yes.
Where division of the assembly.
Division. It's calling for division of the vote.
Right, and that comes from the old-fashioned, I think they tell us in Roberts how the people used to go to different sides of the room.
Right.
I think it explains that if we go
Right.
to the section.
Section is 280. Actually, there's multiple references here.
Well, here we go. No,
First
no, no.
one is 280, 10 to 15.
Okay.
Division of the question.
Well, division of the assembly.
Division of the assembly. 280. Yeah, here we go. And that is section lines 10 to 15. Whenever a member doubts the result of a voice viva voce vote, or by vote of a show of hands, either because the result appears close or because he doubts that a representative number of the members present have voted, they can call for a division of the assembly, therefore requiring the vote to be taken again by rising.
Now, here, if you go to that little
Asterisk.
that's in the earliest forms of this procedure. Members in favor of a measure and those opposed were asked to rise from their seats and proceed to opposite sides of the room. That's where the term division comes from.
And that can create all sorts of interesting libertarian exercise programs.
Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down, and clap your hands.
Then you immediately proceed into a game of bombardment.
Today we're gonna play a game that's as old as pain itself. Bombardment.
Yes, we chuck Robert's rules books at each other instead of dodgeballs. No, what's developed since then is that we've taken that and said, oh, we do the exercise program of stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. So one of these days we're going to say stand up, sit down, and spin around 3 times and cluck like a chicken, and people are going to do it.
Cluck like a chicken.
So on the next page, where is it?
Descriptive characteristics.
Yeah, I'm looking for where it talks about it can be called upon. Well, it says whenever a member, so I guess that's what it says.
7 does not require votes as a single member can demand a division.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, don't we have a requirement in either our national convention rules or in the national bylaws that a division called a national convention is more than one person?
Counted, I think. You have to have like 20 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's for division. I think anyone could call for division, so it was a voice vote, then you could immediately ask for a rising or hands.
Right.
But if you wanted a counted vote, that required you to have 20 people agree with you.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what
That
it
sounds
is.
about right.
Right, and that's why A wasn't right here,
Right.
because a counted vote isn't an automatic right, I don't think.
Yeah, A didn't make any sense. Okay, the second reference there is page 52, which is way back in the beginning of everything.
But there's something I wanted to bring up about on page 280,
Sure.
because this came up in California when there was that whole thing with the platform and the judicial committee.
Oy vey.
People were saying that, oh, the only purpose of a division is if you doubted the counts, you thought the chair counted wrong or whatever. That's not the case, because you notice here it says the result appears close, or because you doubt that a representative number of people have voted. So you can use division to pressure more people into voting. You do not only have to use it because you doubt the result. And I got challenged on that, and I had to prove that, because when tension's on upon people, more people will tend to vote.
Now, does that mean, now, let me ask this. The way that's worded, either because the result appears close or because there's doubt that a representative number of the members present have voted, doubts that a number of the members present, that doesn't relate to quorum.
No, it just means that the person doubts that it was truly the will of the assembly, and that in calling the vote again, it will pressure more people to vote. It has nothing to do with quorum.
Okay.
It's basically a shaming tactic.
Ah.
Shame.
In other words,
Fair
so
enough.
page
Shame.
52.
Yeah, 52, and that is, what do they say, 9 to 15, section called Division of the Assembly. Whether or not the chair pauses to say the ayes seem to have it, any member without a second has the right to require that a voice vote or even a vote or show by hands be taken up as a rising vote, so long as he does not use the procedure as a dilatory tactic when there clearly has been a full vote and there can be no reasonable doubt as to of the result. In other words, they're not sure, but they're not using it to just slow things up.
Right.
When it's
If it's obvious, and
if it's questionable, yes, you can ask. If it's not, you can't.
And here it says for a counted vote, it has to be seconded and a majority has to agree. But our convention standing rules and national makes it a little different. But
Right.
a counted vote is not an automatic right in the same way a division is.
This is going to come up when we discuss this convention standing rules in the next meeting in the bylaws committee.
Yep. And I bet you we're going to have to explain all this, and I probably should edit that out, but I probably won't.
So the next reference is 281, 19 to 20, which is the standard characteristics,
Which we had kind of
which
looked
we already
at.
talked
Yeah.
over that, yeah. And that's all the references.
Oh, well, that explains it. I think that's good for that one.
Yeah, so bottom line, if you're not sure, call for division, but if you are sure, you don't.
Or if you can also do it as the shaming tactic. So there are the two uses of it, but you can't do it just to be dilatory.
Yeah,
All right, adjourned.
cheers.
Take these little baby sips. Got Chuck.
I'm driving later.
I know. Okay.
Viva! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.